Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about various problems on intrastate and interstate supply. So when we are calculating the GST, we are considering two type of transaction. One is intra, another one is interstate. So interstate means when within one state we are supplying the goods like one city to another city. But interstate means when one state to another state we are selling the product. That time it is called as a interstate supply. But in both the cases, the calculations will be different. When we are purchasing and selling the product within the state, then two type of GST has to be calculated. One is central GST, another one is state GST. In case of interstate, when another state to another state, one state to another state, we are selling and purchasing any product, in that case, we have to calculate the IGST. So that is the difference between the calculation of GST with intrastate and interstate. So let's see the example how we need to calculate. So you can see the first problem. Mrs. Gupta Limited of Bengaluru supplies goods worth rupees 10 lakh to Hegre Limited of Mysuru. Take tax rate is 12% and we need to calculate the tax liability. So first, when we are calculating the tax rate, first we need to find out where is the location of the supply and where is the place of supply. So here the location of the supply means the good is transferring from Bengaluru to Mysuru. Both the places are situated within the our state. So here the transaction will be considered as a intrastate supply. So if it is the intrastate supply, the tax rate is 12%. The equal tax rate will divided between the central GST and state GST. Means out of 12%, 6% will be taken by center and another 6% will be taken by the state. So our total transaction price is 10 lakh and on 10 lakh, 6% we need to give it to center and another 6% we need to give it to the state. So here the central GST will come 10 lakh into 6%, 60,000 and state GST will come 10 lakh into 6%, another 60,000. So this is how we need to calculate the interest rate. So let us see another example of interest rate. So here the another example for interest rate is that, so here another company of Kurg, they are situated in Kurg, they are supplying uh, the goods of rupees 5 lakhs to Kolar to another company. The tax rate is 18%. So as you know that the Kurg and Kolar both are situated in one state, so we need to consider this transaction as a intrastate supply. So here the transaction, why it is interested, because both the supplier and the purchaser both are in the same state. So how we will calculate the tax? So here total tax rate is 18%, so we need to divide it equally. So equally the 9% will go to the central and another 9% has to be collected by the state government. So if you want to collect the 9% on 5 lakh of rupees, 45,000 should be the central GST and another 9% on 5 lakhs, another 45,000 will be considered as a state GST. So this is how we need to calculate the intrastate supply and GST on intrastate supply. Next slide, we will talk about how to calculate the interstate supply. Suppose if we are supplying any product to another state or any union territory, in that case, we need to calculate the IGST, integrated GST. And this integrated GST has to be collected by the has to be collected by the central government itself. Here, the state government will not collect any kind of GST. So we can see one company in Bengaluru has supplied 15 lakh of goods to another company in Chennai. So total tax rate is 28%. So we need to calculate the tax liability. So here the transaction is happened between the two states. So here that's why we need to call it is an interstate transaction. And if it is an interstate transaction, always we need to calculate the integrated GST. So here total 28% we need to calculate on the total transaction price, that is a 15 lakh, and then the total IGST amount, it is 4 lakh 20,000. This 4 lakh 20,000 directly has to be collected by the central government, not by the state government. So this is what the difference between interstate and intrastate. So next class we will start calculating the aggregate turnover and other practical problems. Thank you so much.